I have exorcised the demons. This house is clear. What's up, guys? A little Ace Ventura quote for you, huh? Anyway, today, bam! We're going to be talking about Prosper's Demon by K.J. Parker. It was published this year, 2020. It's a very dark yet lighthearted tale that has a very twisted sense of humor. The story is about an anonymous exorcist who isn't very liked by anybody. He'll even tell you himself that you're not going to like him. He tends to have this policy of do whatever it takes to get the demon out of the body, and that tends to leave the human left in shambles. Now, as fate would have it, the exorcist is about to cross paths with a very famous artist known as Prosper Shans. Now, Prosper has just recently taken it upon himself and become rather hell-bent on mentoring a newborn prince. He wants to usher in a perfect era with the pristine king. Now, Prosper is, like I said, an artist. He's also a man of science. He's being heralded as a genius, and to no surprise to the exorcist, Prosper is also possessed. And what plays out from here is basically a battle of the wits between the exorcist and the demons. Now, the book does take place in a very Renaissance style era, and it does a good job of creating that feel, especially with using the character of Prosper, who is by all means the Leonardo da Vinci of this book. The book starts really strong, and I would say finishes with a bang. But there is some meandering going on throughout the middle. I would say that there is definitely going to be some pacing issues. Not so much in the beginning or the end, but the feel of this book, really, the vibe it gives me is just like you're having a conversation. Like, I felt that more so than any other book. Like, I several times felt like I was sitting in like a seedy tavern or some dark lit room talking to this guy, going on and on, every once in a while veering off the conversation only to bring it back on course. The characters in the book are pretty well done, though we only really revolve around Prosper, the exorcist, and two different demons. The demons in the book can't really actually be killed or really sent back to hell or anything. They just get removed from the host and live to fight another day. So since they stick around all the time, our exorcist has basically created relationships with them, as strange as they might be, over time. And these relationships are actually quite fun and enjoying to read. They also cover some pretty interesting philosophical points of view, very much like how the evildoer, the criminal, and how they have to use good qualities to overcome their obstacles, you know? Like, evildoers are using things like courage, loyalty, hope to push themselves forward. They're just pushing themselves forward in the wrong direction. One of the beefs I have with the book, it's not actually with the book, it's more of a blurb about the book that was put in the New York Times. The New York Times they described this book as if Deadpool slipped into the body of Geralt of Rivia. And I would say, no. No, it's not. It's not like that. Honestly, if I try to take a stab at it, and especially with using a comic book character, I would not have used Deadpool, I would have used Constantine. And honestly, this thing feels like a medieval Constantine isn't caught up in this, like, quarrels triangle with a demon and Da Vinci. I guess while I'm taking jabs, I might as well kind of reiterate the whole pacing issue or whatnot I had with the book. Like I said, the story does veer off course several times, but even more than that, I would say that one of the cons is just being the dialogue in the book. Especially, it can get really tricky, because when the exorcist is talking to somebody, especially if they're possessed, he's talking at two people, but he's only trying to communicate with one, and it gets really confusing. So I have to mention that, especially for my struggling readers out there. Another thing I gotta talk about is that, bam, cover art. Sam Weber, big old thumbs up. This thing is badass. I don't know if you can see it good or not if I get it in frame, but man, what great art. I have to admit that I bought this off the cover art, and I don't normally suggest doing that. It could end in a bad way, but I definitely feel like I got my money's worth here. Several times I kind of saw it when I think it was on Amazon or whatnot. Every time it caught my eye, I was just like, what is that? That's nice. Yeah. So, I mean, eventually I just said, screw it, man. I'm going to buy this thing and check it out. And overall, I have to admit, I really like this book. I do think that it's going to kind of be on the fence for a lot of people. But for those that just want a quick little jaunt into some dark fantasy that's got some twisted sense of humor, it's lighthearted and dark, this is definitely going to be for you. I want to give another thumbs up to KJ Parker for writing this interesting tale that kept me entertained. So yeah, thanks, man. As always, thanks for taking the time to check out this little video. This is the 4th time that I've recorded it, so I'm really hoping that I didn't screw up the audio again. Learning, man. We're learning here. Anyway, all right, guys. Later.